Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
We're back.
And it's counting down. It's working.
Oh
Yay.
my God. We just recorded episode 22. We're Coffee and a
really
Podcast.
good, I might say.
Yeah, and now we're re-recording it because my tech person here didn't have it on. Whatever.
I'm going to blame it on the GoPro. No,
I don't know.
I take full credit.
I'm not a tech person, but I did say in the beginning, hey, should you check
and I go,
that?
Yeah, and I was going to stop it. And I'm like, should we stop it? And then we didn't stop it.
We should have stopped.
Stop it. What's in your coffee?
I don't know, but I had a delicious treat you made. Well, I don't even know what it was. It was so good.
I can go show your office. These are her. I'll go get it. I'll show you people. See, we're gonna totally change it up this time. Show me muffins. You made me muffins.
She's more awake now and like bubbly and had enough coffee.
This is me. This is me now. I'm not. I didn't wake up good.
I did. I woke up. I've been up since 5. And
I'm not a morning person.
She made these last night.
So it's funny. Well, first off, she was gonna wear a shirt that was white with black.
Yes.
And then changed last minute. We would have been twinsies, so we're always on the same thought. So I made these little guys.
Yeah.
And what they are is they're like a
it was good.
quiche.
It was savory.
They're like a quiche. They have ham, jalapenos, spices.
So much garlic sauce. I didn't taste that.
Man, it's like, oh, would you like a little quiche with your side of garlic spread? She brought that to me last week.
Yeah.
But then she stayed up, I stayed up baking those. She made these beautiful blueberry muffins.
And I burned myself.
And then she hurt herself.
Yeah, because I dropped.
Great minds think alike. And then I bought stuff. Yeah, she made it. It's so funny.
When we get together, food is the pleasure.
It's a pleasure. The poet doesn't even know it. No, there's nothing in this coffee. So let's do our toast.
Okay, yeah, Coffee and a Podcast. And who are you?
I don't know. I'm Iris.
No, I'm Iris.
I'm Cheryl Ann, and this is
she's Cheryl Ann. I'm Iris. Coffee and a Podcast. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
It's my second cup of coffee.
Oh, but it doesn't taste good. I'm trying to go organic creamer, people.
Yeah. What are you mixing in your creamer?
Well, today it's totally.
Every day is different for Cheryl Ann.
Every day is different.
She is not having, what is that? Groundhog Day. No, she's not, people.
No. I'm done with my Groundhog Day. It's a new day.
Yeah. What
I did is I just put heavy cream, which is the same as whipping cream, right?
Yeah. Well, no, there's whipping cream and then there's heavy cream.
Well, I was trying to find heavy cream.
Wait.
But then it said heavy whipping cream, and I'm like, wait, are they both one the same?
No,
so it's whipping cream, and it's some agave, and it's some half and half.
Love it. I'm just half and half.
But I'm just trying to, and I love the natural taste of coffee, but I've gotten so used to the sweet that that's the thing. But I will say I am enjoying my coffees better because you get to actually have
taste
a better
that flavor. You know,
which we do. That's why Coffee and a Podcast, because we love our coffee.
I had to go to no sweet in my coffee first thing. I have just a half and half in the coffee, and then I can really taste the coffee. But then my second one, I allow myself to have a little bit of date sugar. A little
that's
date
what you're
syrup.
saying. Yeah,
Just a little bit.
I have maple syrup, of agave, I have honey, but I don't have date syrup yet.
Try the date one.
I haven't, that's at Trader Joe's, right?
No, that's a Whole Foods. Yeah. You could buy it online.
I have to when I'm around those because I don't have those near me. But that's okay.
My nose is all of a sudden like.
Tissues.
Hey, so how are you? I mean, you had a rough week. Yeah, we had rough weeks, but we're here.
We're here.
We're happy.
We're happy, and clap your hands.
Hey, her computer crashed. Her car broke down. Oh, and
fun times.
I worked myself to death.
Oh, I know. She's
I'm dying.
You're down a person, right?
Yeah,
down a person, and so
one more week.
She's been
I can't move my neck or my body.
I got some cream for that.
Really? What do you got?
Oh my God. I'll show you later. That makes it like a drink.
That goes my mascara. I just laughed so hard until I cried.
Well, I'm going to be taking new vitamins. They're from Chew. Chew is out, having fun right now.
Yeah.
Of course, when we air this, she won't have been back. But no, she's on a cruise. And That's where I'm getting my vitamins through. Usana. We'll talk about that later. But it's to get me. I've noticed as you get older, I know I'm missing key nutrients and everything. And then when you get stressed out, that robs you, and you don't drink enough water, that robs you. So I'm excited. They're coming in the mail, and it's a AM/PM pack, which I'm used to doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. That are chock full of all the right stuff this body needs.
That's
and
good that you can tolerate that. I cannot. I will throw them up.
Oh no, I can't wait. I'm just like, I keep checking. In fact, I'm gonna check my phone. Where is it?
I mean, and some of
everybody's different.
Everyone's different. Some people can get them from the food that they eat.
You know. I don't, because I'm not like this one that cooks like amazing.
I don't cook as much anymore, but
what she makes is awesome. That's why I bought more peaches, people. If you remember, are you taking notes? You better be taking notes.
Peach burrata.
Peach and the toast and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, anyway, you were doing this again, so now we can say his name.
Yeah,
doing this inspirational guy.
So we talked about. I know that I've done Kyle Maynard. And he is not born. He wasn't born with full limbs. Where Nick
Vujicic.
There you go. I was waiting for her to. She pronounces it so much better than I do.
No.
He was born with no limbs at all. Yeah. So he's there. How
is he? Now I know
he's what?
In the past, when you had said about them separating and making, which I'll let you talk about. Yeah. But does he walk?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. He walks. Yeah. It's amazing.
About that. Okay.
Amazing. It's called tetra amelia syndrome. So it's a disorder characterized by saying the absence of arms and legs.
No legs.
Which is amazing. And he's
really
very charismatic. I don't got it in the screen there. Very charismatic
that opportunity
young man. So he's awesome. So I'm going to get right into him. So my sources are Wikipedia and Waterbrook Multnomah. There we go. See, this is great. She just finishes my sentences.
I mean, I could have said it wrong. You can write to us at coffeeandapodcast3@gmail and let us know if I pronounced it wrong.
I'm sure you're
taking that.
You're really good.
The press room there.
The press room, yeah. So I love the way they had written the autobiography. So I'm actually going to do most of the autobiography. What? The author biography.
I feel like you added a syllable. I'm sorry.
Probably did.
I'm not. You know what? She gets what she gets today from me because this is
you get what you get because this is the second podcast.
This is the second round.
I almost thought I was going to flip them off or something. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We love you guys. Yeah, we love you guys. Oh my God. We're going to start laughing so much I won't be able to get through this and I'll pee my pants. Anyway, so let's meet Mr. Nick. He was born in 1982 in Melbourne, Australia. Down under. Without any medical explanation or warning, he came into the world with nor legs, neither arms, so neither.
So sad.
So having an uneventful pregnancy and no family history to expect this condition, the instrumental shock filled the hospital room on December 4th with his arrival. They're just like, what? So keep in mind, because we were talking about this. My daughter was born in 1985, and we didn't get to have ultrasounds with her.
Right.
Only if you were deemed like by the measurements and everything, if they felt something was wrong, because they were super expensive. Yeah. Back then, the technology was all different. Like, with the cell phones, where all of that. So
and now our babies are
2000 born babies, because her daughter is born in 2000
and her son is born in 2000.
Yeah, they did that. So with him, he we had ultrasounds all the time.
Little dragons.
Yeah, they are dragons, and he does breathe out fire. I'll tell you. So so they didn't know. They're like, and she's a nurse, so the mom's a nurse and the dad's a pastor. So they're both like
in shock.
So on the other press release I have of him as well, it talks about how dad just like didn't want to hold him, left the hospital. They're like in denial, which, that's hard because when you're not mentally prepared for it.
Who are we to judge? I mean, we can't judge.
Oh, I would just, no. Yeah. I would be just like, I need a moment. Like, what's going on? So, because you're just not prepared for it.
But they came around.
They came around, and he credits his parents for how he spent all of this. Because basically what they did is they didn't know what he could do. So instead of the parents coddling him and saying, "Oh, you have no legs. You can't do this. You can't do. Don't try to do that. You can't do that."
Right.
The parents are like, "Well, we don't know. Maybe you can ride a skateboard." Which I have the cute little picture of him right here.
So cute.
He is riding a skateboard.
Yeah.
So they're like, "We don't know what you're capable of, so you try it." So with that type of philosophy where they're supporting him and enabling him, he just thrived. Now, it wasn't easy, which I'll go into, because growing up as a child in schools, bullies, that's hard enough.
In the 80s, people.
And in the 80s.
So 80s was tough. We're all like amazed that we're alive. Yeah. That when we grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Exactly. So what they were saying is how would their son live a normal, happy life? What could he do or become with living with this type of massive disability? Yeah. How would the world see him? Little did they know, the beautiful limbless baby would one day inspire and motivate people from all walks of life. Yeah. So I do have another cute little picture of him when he's in his one of the little chairs where you can learn to do different things. And there's another cute picture of him on his skateboard. Yeah. So,
but I think if you're born like that, you don't know any different either. You know what I mean? I think that you're adapting.
That's very true.
So I feel like versus someone who has the limbs taken away, it's a learning curve. He had it out the gate.
He just has to go. Yeah, and then I was thinking, gosh, how does this guy... I was like so beyond impressed with Kyle Maynard, and then how he was, how he did his wrestling and all of that.
Right.
And he had some limbs. This guy has no limbs.
Right.
And then we got, how does he brush his teeth? How does he comb his hair? How does he get dressed? Well, what they did do, so he basically, at the bottom, I guess this is the only picture I had. Well,
that's okay. You memorized.
So right here, you might be able to see it. He does have a foot, and it, I know for sure on the one side, and what they did is they separated out this foot. They surgically separated it so he could have like 2 fingers. Yeah. So he uses that. He uses his shoulders a lot, the mouth for, he uses his shoulder and then brushing the teeth. He had to get very, very creative because as I go into this, you'll learn he didn't like the limbs. They were heavy. The prostheticals they
try to do.
Yeah, he did try to do those, and he found them very uncomfortable because he thought, I want to be normal. Let's try that. Let's try the prosthesis. Is that what they're called? Prosthetics, and they're heavy, uncomfortable, and because he wanted to fit in. That's all he wanted to do. He wanted to fit in.
So sad.
And then he didn't. He just said, no, I can't do this. This isn't me. It's too restricting and too
not comfortable. I knew a woman with one, and it was just so uncomfortable.
I can't even imagine.
So painful.
So throughout his childhood, Nick dealt not only with the typical challenges of school, like we were just talking about, and the adolescence such as bullying and self-esteem issues, which we all go through and continue to go through from time to time. He also struggled with depression and loneliness. He questioned, why am I different from the other kids, Mom, Dad? Yeah. So he couldn't get the haunting question of why was I born without arm and legs? Why me? Out of his head. Yeah. After a lot of frustration and feeling like an odd one out in school, at 7 years old, Nick tried out the special electronic arms and hands, hoping that he would be able to be more like the other kids.
Yeah.
During a short trial period of electronic arms, he realized that, and he did try the other part, but that didn't work either. He realized that even with them, he still didn't fit in with his peers at school. The artificial limbs turned out to be too heavy for him to operate and negatively affected his mobility quite significantly. Wow. So he was getting along around so much better without any of that.
Right.
And he just found it just
too cumbersome
and irritating. So as Nick grew up, he learned to deal with his disability and started to accomplish more and more on his own. He adapted to the situation and even found ways to achieve tasks many would regard as impossible. Skateboarding.
Impressive. Yeah.
I can't even skateboard, and it's just amazing. So,
but the benefit, he did have a lower center of gravity.
He did. Yeah, if he fell, it wasn't going to hurt as much. So that is very true.
Well, no, I mean he could.
He could. That too. But I'm thinking, if you fall off, still at high speeds, but you could roll.
Well, because you have to balance.
Right.
When you're upright.
Oh, sure.
So that's a good benefit.
That is a good benefit.
Yeah, so good for him.
Yeah, and he figured out how to brush his teeth, comb his hair, type on a computer. He types like 43 words a minute.
Wow. Yeah, I don't type.
And they even show him typing.
My God.
There's a lot of videos, so check out on YouTube. There's a lot of. You just Google him, and he'll have.
Incredible.
Yeah,
wow.
He types, and it's just truly remarkable. He probably does less errors than I do, I'm sure.
Talk about my errors.
So, and he swims and he plays sports. He actually began to embrace his situation and strive. Oh yeah, I saw him swimming. I forgot to tell you, he swims.
Me?
No, and I'm scared of the water.
That's beautiful.
He swims. Yeah, you gotta go check out those videos. Okay. They're very, very cool. Just type them out.
Okay.
So he actually began to embrace the situation and strive to make a difference in his neighborhood. In grade 7, Nick was elected captain of his school and worked with the student council on various fundraising events for local charities and disability campaigns. Very awesome. After high school, he went on further to study and obtain not only like a bachelor's degree, but a double bachelor's degree, majoring in accounting and finance planning from Griffith University in Logan, Australia.
Wow.
Guess what age?
How old?
19.
Wow.
19 people. Yes, amazing.
Nice.
So he started to fulfill his dream of encouraging other people with motivational speeches revolving around his life story.
Yeah.
He found the purpose of his existence and also the purpose of his circumstance. Nick wholeheartedly believes that there is a purpose in each of our struggles we encounter in our lives, and that our attitude towards those struggles can be the single most effective factor in overcoming them.
True.
Very true.
Yeah.
So in 2005, Nick was nominated for the Young Australian of the Year Award, which is a large honor in Australia. So it recognizes a young person for their excellence in service in their local community and the nation, as well as their own personal accomplishments. Nominations for this award are given to truly inspirational people. So it's one of those that
we like those people.
Yeah, very hard to get, and then for being such a young person to get that.
Yeah.
So today, this young man has accomplished more than most people even twice his age. Nick recently made the massive move from Brisbane, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, Australia to California, USA, where he is a president of the international nonprofit organization and also has his own motivational speaking company called Attitude is Altitude, which is awesome. I know, it's a great title. Since his first motivational speaking engagements back when he was 19, Nick has traveled around the world sharing his stories with millions of people and speaking to a range of different groups: students, teachers, young businessmen, businesswomen, entrepreneurs, and church congregations of all sizes have benefited from his approach. He's also told his story and been interviewed on various televised programs worldwide. So Nick's speaking engagements have gone purely beyond inspirational speaking. He has had the opportunity to speak with several leaders, including the Vice President of Kenya. In 2012 alone, Nick was set to speak in over 20 countries. Is that amazing or what? Oh, wow. Amazing countries. So people often ask Nick, how can you smile?
Yeah. That's...
Then inevitably they realize that there has to be something more to life than meets the eye. If this guy without arms and legs is, leading such a successful life, there's got to be more.
Right.
The victory over his struggles throughout his journey, as well as the strength, passion he now has for life, can be credited by his faith, family, friends, and many people that have he has encountered along the way. Mm-hmm. So Nick shares with his audience the importance of vision of dreaming big people, using your own experiences in the worldwide outreach as examples. He challenges others to examine their perspective and look beyond their circumstances. He shares his view on ceasing to see the obstacles as problems, and instead see them as opportunities to grow and reach out to others. So he just flips the script, is what we talk about. We use that word a lot, flip the script. He stresses the importance of attitude being the most important tool we have at our disposal, and it illustrates how the choice we make can have a profound effect on our lives and the lives around those. So Nick shows us through his own life that the major keys in fulfilling our biggest dreams is persistence and choosing to embrace failure as a learning experience rather than allowing guilt and fear of failure to paralyze us. So it says, how does Nick feel about his disability now? He accepts it. He embraces it. He oftentimes pokes fun at his own circumstances, which I've seen him do.
Wow.
Like he's oh, let me just run right over here. That kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
And he often has many tricks and just fun things that he does. He meets challenges with a special blend of humor, perseverance, and faith, always encouraging those around him to examine their perspective as they develop and define their vision. He encourages people to make changes in their lives and to dream big. So he also fulfilled another dream as he got married in 2012.
Wow.
And his new wife is, that's older news now because it's 2024, fast forward.
12
but
years.
How do we pronounce her name?
Kane Narahara.
I think that sounds right.
You can email us at Coffeeandapodcast.
There we go.
Email and correct us.
And then we'll let you know.
Yeah. And we'll let you know.
Yeah. He met her when he was in college at Griffith, and she actually had a boyfriend, but she obviously ended up dumping that boyfriend. Wasn't working out. What she saw in him is she didn't see him limbless.
Yeah.
She saw him, his soul, his spirit, and she's like, oh my gosh, that guy has all the things I've been looking for in a man.
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Nice.
I know, so cool. Since his first motivational speaking engagement back when he was a teenager, he's traveled to over 54 countries, shared his stories with millions of people. In 2013, he traveled to 25 countries as part of a world tour outreach, and he's reached an estimate of 400 million people throughout his speaking events and through his broadcast media. So he is the author of Life Without Limits, Unstoppable, Limitless, and Stand Strong. These books have been translated into 30 different languages.
That's impressive.
So impressive. And then when he's done, he's also been on CBS Morning News. He's been on Oprah's Life Class, PBS Religion and Ethics, Newsweekly, US Today, Newsmax, Live Today, The 700 Club, and twice on the 60 Minutes in Australia. I'll finish off with that one. So he does have, I'll finish off with that there. So he has 4 kids. He has, what did we say? He has
Two
sons and 2 daughters. And
you had a funny story.
Oh, it was really cute. So he's got these short little clips. So if you Google his name, they'll pop up. And when he's being interviewed, he's talking about him being a parent. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, man, my parents had it so easy with me. He's like, I have no arms, I have no legs. He goes, my little guy, of course he has arms and legs. He's all over the place. And I can't keep up with him. And he goes, I don't know how my parents did it. You know, even with a child without any arms and legs. And so he credits his parents wholeheartedly. He knows what a struggle it was mentally. And he credits them in that interview with
that's really
giving him the opportunity to experience things and not to limit him. Mm-hmm. Sure. So that right there is just amazing. I mean, it just gives me chills because it really matters what we say to our children and how we encourage them to do what they do, because the more you tell them they can't do something, the more they'll think they can't do it. Yeah. So the more you say, well, why not?
And also to ourselves.
And to ourselves. Oh, ourselves, yes. Ourselves are the worst critic. Yep. Our mind is our worst critic. That is for sure. Thank you for bringing that up. So his quote is, if you're alive, you have the gift of growing. Mm-hmm. He says, battle after battle, you need to understand you will get through this. What's the power, or that's the power of hope. If you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle.
Nice.
So you can find him out there, like, you know, you can Google his
very inspirational
website and all that. But he has 2.2 million fans, and his videos have over 30 million views. Yeah. So I highly encourage you to go check him out. He is an evangelist, motivational speaker. Mm-hmm. And the years active for that, 2004 to present. And I'm trying to think if this is where they talked about that the toes on one of his feet. So he does have the other one. I just don't get to see it. I do see the one prominent one were fused. And so an operation was performed to separate the toes so that he could use them as fingers. Yeah. And then he refers to this foot as his chicken drumstick. So he has a real good, fun sense of humor. And I'm just so amazed and impressed.
Yeah.
With
and I had asked you earlier where did you see him, and you had seen him when you were researching.
Kyle Maynard. Yeah. And I was thinking, I'm like, wait, are these guys one and the same? And then I'm like, well, no. And
one's from Australia.
Yeah, we were doing all sorts of fun little
accents
earlier with down under.
This guy's an Aussie.
Oh, because then that reminded me of the squirrel moment with the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, I gotta see
where
that.
Luther, I think, is British.
Yes,
he's got right. And then Klaus, he is from Ireland, and that's and so he was doing the Dublin, Ireland.
She could do it. She did it earlier. It was so good.
And that's where we were saying Chu is our friend Chu. She is traveling right now, so when you guys see this, she'll ever come back. But
nice,
beautiful pictures of Ireland. I said, just let it soak in your soul, and she'll on that cruise, and once in a lifetime type of thing for most of us.
Yeah.
Sure. But I went to him again. I went to this. What do you want to say that? This inspirational. I haven't lost the words. I know that I covered Kyle, but they're different, but they're the same. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
it makes sense.
This guy.
Well, I think we had talked about that too. That when we did our rough draft this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
It's amazing that you do choose these people that have these limits or that we feel as limits, and they don't, like Helen Keller.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing. And you had mentioned that when you lose one sense, it takes over another one, but she didn't have either that. Oh yeah, and I said dinosaurs. She could hear dinosaurs because you feel it in your bones.
Yeah, because
the low rumble.
Couldn't hear and she couldn't see, so she went off of vibrations. So
which is amazing.
You do, because I was laughing because I've been getting these optic migraines and so my sight has been different. Yeah. And so I said, oh well,
you see the world differently.
I'll just see the world. I'll be really able to hear really well. But then
you have an aura around you.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in my eyes. You're a golden glow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can choose to see things however you want to when you don't have sight. Yeah. But the cool thing I thought about that is, at least you would have been able to see the sunsets like last night.
Yeah.
You'd be able to. You could reflect back on memories where people that didn't have sight.
Yeah.
They could do by sound, and someone could try to explain to them what the color purple looks like. You know what I mean? It's kind of harder, but when you've seen the colors, then you've got something to gravitate to. So it's always taking the positive out of that situation. Yes. So, and then if I lose my hearing, then I get hearing aids.
Yeah.
And then I go off vibrations, and I feel people's faces.
That's right.
And I smack them. No. Exactly. No. Anyway, so it's just amazing. It's just making sure when one thing ends, you just roll it over to something else. And he's amazing. I mean, to have a double bachelor. Double bachelor.
And go on and get married and have four kids.
Beautiful children. Like a beautiful wife.
Yeah, that's impressive. And he's living his best life.
And for all you men out there, see, it's all about the soul.
Yes, so that's right.
It didn't matter that he didn't have arms and he didn't have legs. Yeah. It was what his spirit was.
That's
and so that. If I leave you with anything, people,
let's get that.
It's just it's what you're inside. You can have a beautiful person, but if their insides isn't beautiful, they're not very pretty.
No.
Anyway, that's all I'm saying.
Yes, and on that note, I thank you for your story. It was very good, and we should look up his books.
Thank him for sharing. Yes, definitely look up those books. Limitless.
Yeah, Nick Vujicic, but it's spelled V-U-J.
Yeah, this is him. So if you guys can see that.
It's so Nick Vujicic, but it's pronounced Vujicic.
Yeah, Vujicic.
So today we're going to do a couple riffs on this because it's kind of ties in. So love your family, spend time, be kind, love them.
My little heart, love.
And serve one another. Make no room for regrets.
Yes.
Tomorrow is not promised and today is short. I don't know where we got this quote from, but that's okay. This one we got off Positive Energy _plus.
Is it not on there? Sorry. Instagram. No, that one is not on there.
No,
they had to print them from the phone. Just part of the technical challenges that we had. But see, I figured it out, people. I was able to still print. We just don't know where it's from. All right. Oops, sorry.
Don't complicate life. Missing somebody? Call. Want to meet up? Invite. Want to be understood? Explain. Mm-hmm. Have a question? Ask. Mm-hmm. Don't like something? Say it. Like something? State it.
Right.
Want something? Ask for it. Love someone? Tell them.
Por favor.
Keep your life simple. Oh, I love you, Cherylannchapman. You're my buddy, my friend. She's the best. But yeah. So
the last 2 weeks, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
you know
that's
what?
That's what we're talking about. Vitamins.
Yeah.
You know, people.
Oh, yeah. So
you
Cherylann's lacking some nutrients.
So Chew
mineral
is hooked me up with
vitamins.
Usana. They should be coming in this week.
I can't handle another thing coming at me, so no offense.
Oh,
good for you.
No.
Good for you. You got to take what works for you.
Yeah, she's the one that eats really well.
Yeah.
I'm the one that doesn't eat very well, which I'm trying. And
I do take a couple supplements, but I take, generic. I take like 365 is my best magnesium glycinate. I take the Costco.
I'll show you what this one. I'll take a screenshot of what this one is. Those are all really good.
Whatever. What is that called? Glucosamine with MSM from Costco. And I take that. And that's really, and some eye vitamins that my eye doctor makes me take.
Yeah, you need to have vitamin D.
I can't take D, man. That makes me throw up.
Oof. Well, then you got to find your rich, because we
vitamin
lack.
D naturally.
That's what I mean, like your fruits and that, because that's one thing.
Well, I think it's sunshine, right?
Yeah, your sunshine is what gives you vitamin D, which we have a lack of. Be glad you're not in. We'll be glad we're not in Alaska.
Lack of it right now. We just have to go out and
during our winters.
Yeah, we should make more trips out. Yeah,
I know.
Let's do it.
We talk about doing a podcast.
We threatened that we're going to go somewhere and do a podcast.
And or even on my back deck before all the flowers all die.
Right,
we'll do a podcast.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's a beautiful backdrop. We'll do that next week. Hopefully.
Oh my God, we'll be in the foliage.
Yeah.
Like,
foliage.
Her backyard is amazing.
Well,
so that was our episode for
yeah.
today, and thank you for listening. And you can always write us yours.
Thank you.
At coffeeandapodcast3@gmail, and that's Cheryl Ann again, and I'm irisforcier, and we are happy to be here. And now we're going to sign off and do a mini-sode.
And as you say always,
be kind.
And may